Hi, I'm Karen Harvey, and I'm standing here at the base of the statue of Father Francisco Lopez on the grounds of the Mission of Nombre de Dios, one of the most amazing sites in St. Augustine, Florida. I am standing on the site that the late President Kennedy called the most sacred acre of ground in the United States. This is where our history began. In 1565, Don Pedro Menendez de Avalos came ashore here on these grounds, and the oldest city in the United States was established. We are the oldest continuously occupied European settlement in the continental United States. We are unique, we are special. The site of the Mission of Nombre de Dios represents not only the beginning of Catholicism in the United States, but also the beginning of mission work. This represents a chapel that was one of the first of the missions that spread from St. Augustine to many areas of the United States. We here represent the beginning of that part of our culture, as well as also representing maritime culture, which is part of what we also can see from here, from the mission grounds. This mission of La Señora de la Leche y Buena Parte represents part of the mission work that the Spanish did when they first came to Florida, La Florida, and St. Augustine. Missions went from here to the west and to the north and to the south and spread from here. It's part of the heritage that we in the United States need to understand and respect. We also from here do know that our maritime history is important, and that is part of what you see when you visit St. Augustine. This site also represents our maritime history. Don Pedro Menendez de Avalos came ashore right here, and we have reenactments on September 8th every year illustrating the time period of when he came here on the Indian village of the Timucuan village of Savoy. Also, in that inlet, that was where Pedro Menendez saw the French sail by and go south, and that was when he knew he had to walk north to take Fort Caroline off the coast, off the mouth of the river of St. John. Now, we also have here our beauty and our harbor and the nature and the natural wonders that are part of St. Augustine. St. Augustine represents many different time periods, from the Spanish through the British and into what we call the Flagler era of the Victorian time period. We have different architectural styles, and one is the Mediterranean style that most people think is part of Florida. It occurred in the 1880s. We can reflect time periods, we can reflect architectural styles, we can reflect different cultures. You will not believe what St. Augustine can represent. The beauty of St. Augustine is reflected in its foliage. It was called La Florida by Ponce DeLeon in 1513 because of the beautiful flowers. Our architecture is unbelievable. We have coquina stone, which is something that is so rare. It is only seen in buildings like our very famous fort. And then we have our clay tile roofs. We have things that we now call Mediterranean architecture that was developed later in time. All of these things are reflected in this city that is unique to the history of the United States.